Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry about the camera again. It seems like my camera always does that at the very beginning. I hope you're all doing well. It is a busy Tuesday. It is Tuesday here at Allegory Gallery. I am at the home office. We've been all over the place today, and we're back home for the moment. We decided to do an afternoon live today because there is a pizza party at my ceramic studio today, and that is from 6 to 8 tonight. So we wanted to hang out there a little bit with some of my friends down there. It's actually pizza made by one of my friends' husband does that. So it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. I hope that I hope we all have a lot of fun. So we wanted to do this live early and be able to take part in that because we don't do a lot of those kind of things. We're usually pretty busy and we don't get a chance always to hang out with friends or do anything like that. And if it's not like something that's like, really set in our schedule, sometimes it's hard to do. So this is something we wanted to try and squeeze in. So that's what we're going to do today. So we decided to go live early a little bit. My hair is wild today. I just realized how wild it is. I've been doing some errands today. I did some shipping. I did some dropping off at the post office. I meant to schedule a haircut and totally missed out on. I forgot to do that. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. We'll have another afternoon live most likely tomorrow because I will be going to my pottery class tomorrow. So we'll be doing another afternoon live around 3 p.m. tomorrow. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne says, finally got my COVID vaccine, just chilling. Nice. Hopefully you don't feel bad. Whenever we get ours, a lot of times we end up getting kind of sick for a little while or getting run down. Andrew especially gets hit by it. So hopefully you feel okay. Angela's here, says, chilling here too. Cooling weather is delightful. That's good. Suzanne says yes to the weather. Had pizza for lunch, says Suzanne. Nice. What did I have for lunch? I had Nutty Buddies for lunch. 2 of them. That's pretty much what I ate. I don't know if we're going to be, I think we're on Facebook right now, but I don't know if Facebook is going to be pushing out our stream. I got a notice from StreamYard that there were issues with Facebook streaming. I see Suzanne found us on Facebook, so that's good. Angela looks like she's on Facebook too. So I don't know. I'm hoping that's working. We'll see. They said to make sure it's streaming and check it out before you go live. I just went live. Suzanne said it did notify me. Good. So maybe that's working. I don't see anyone on YouTube yet, though, which is kind of unusual. So maybe maybe the problem has moved over there. I don't know. But it looks like we're doing fine over on Facebook, so that's good. Suzanne says, I like your hair this length. I kind of like it this length too. It just needs to be trimmed or layered or textured or something. But I don't know if I can keep it this length. I don't know. I mean, that's one of the reasons I have not made a hair appointment yet, because I actually don't know what I want to do. I kind of like it, but I'm kind of really getting tired of it. When it's this long, having the windows down in the car, my hair is like constantly blowing in my face, and every time I look down at something, which is quite often what I'm doing, it's like constantly in my face. So we'll see. I don't know. I never know. I've been growing it out for a while. I hate to go back to just going short again, but it might be what happens. Short is just so much easier generally. But I've never had long, like I've never kept my hair long for a while. Like I've never grown it out purposefully and had it cut long. Like I let it grow, and then usually when I go to my stylist or the barber next, I get it cut short. And that's as long as it ever gets. This is like we cut it specifically long last time. So this has been growing through 2 cycles of kind of getting it cut. Maybe one. Well, no, this will be the 2nd time. And so we'll see. We'll see. It's getting really long, too long in the back. Like it's getting to like moulet length, and I don't really want that. But I kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I never know. It's one of those hard decisions, right? Especially when you're not used to growing it out and you finally grow it out and it's actually doing something and you kind of like it, but then you're not sure. Yeah, it's hard. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, enough about my hair. Andrew will be joining us in a little while. He's going to be popping on in a second screen once he gets his setup going a little bit. So we'll be hanging out, both of us. He's working down, I think, with his polymer clay again. We are getting ready for a few festivals, a few things going on. I think it's in 2 weeks. Is that right? Let me pull up my calendar here. In about 2.5 weeks, we have the WPA Cryptid and Supernatural Expo. So we'll be going to that. That is in Johnstown at the Masonic Temple. And that's going to be awesome, I think. It's going to be on the 27th and 28th. The weekend of the 27th and 28th. So if you are in Johnstown, be sure to join us at that. We had a lot of fun at Squonkapalooza, so I am expecting to have a lot of fun at this festival too. This is a 2-day festival. Squonkapalooza was just 1 day. So this is going to be 2-day. I'm hoping it's going to be good. Obviously, the store, we will be closed most likely on that weekend, unless one of us do the festival and one of us do the store. I don't know what we're going to do yet. But we will be closed on the weekend, most likely of the 27th and 28th. We probably will be there that Friday, the 26th, though. Suzanne says, yeah, cryptids. I know, right? Says, I've got my Bigfoot t-shirt on. Oh, good. I've been working on your box too, Suzanne. And I've been getting, I know you got some earrings coming, got a tote coming, got a painting coming, a collage coming. So we appreciate that support, and it is almost ready. I have it almost packed up. I just have to throw in a few extra little things. So that is happening on the 27th and 28th. So if you love cryptids and you're in the Johnstown area, I hope you'll join in. What else is happening? Ava is coming. So Ava Motherwell is coming with her Ava Motherwell collection on the 17th and 18th. She's coming here to Star Cottage Studio, and we are going to have a ton of fun hanging out and showing off her goodies in a virtual trunk show format. So we hope you will join us on the 17th and 18th. That is going to be a big chance, a good chance to get a lot of Ava's stuff. For those of you who generally aren't able to or aren't able to see her in person, we're going to show you a lot of stuff on video. So I know she has stuff on her website too, but as you know, as we all know, nothing is as good as video unless you can be in person, right? And she is touring the country, doing road trips. That's how she's coming to us. But many people aren't going to be able to see her if she's not in your area. So video is a great alternative, and we're going to be showing you lots and lots of stuff. We had an amazing time last time, and we hope you all enjoy it this time too. Quantities are always limited because she is bringing it on the road with her. So she's not making stops to like replenish all the time. And, you know, some of this stuff is vintage. Some of this stuff is antique. There is only so much of it. So we will be showing you limited availability items as well. So be sure to tune in. We hope you'll join us live. There's not going to be much time for replays in this, especially on the 18th. If you have to replay the 17th, that'll be more doable. But the 18th, by the time the live is over and we sort everything out, she is about going to have to pack stuff up to get ready to leave early on the 19th. So that is what's happening. And then on the 19th, after Ava leaves, and that evening, we are going to have our creative make-along. So the creative make-along will be happening on Friday the 19th in lieu of the normal live. So that'll be 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The link is in the event on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, go to the events tab on our page and you'll see the creative make-along there. Please hit the interested in going button on all of these events. The events for Ava are there as well. Please hit the interested in going buttons so that you can tell people you are interested and tell us you are going to this event. That helps Facebook know it's a popular event and they'll start showing it to more people instead of hopefully showing it to people 3 days after the event ends, because that's usually what happens. We want people to know about it before the event happens, not after, because after is absolutely too late. We're going to start doing some email blasts and things about the trunk show soon and the creative make-along soon. We didn't want to wear people out with it, but we're going to start doing that soon. So if you're on the email list and the text message list, you'll probably start seeing those reminders. So please, please, like I said, hit the going, hit the interested. If you're on YouTube, hit the interested, hit the remind me, hit the little bell for notifications. Norma joined us. Hello, Norma. Says, my new phone doesn't play notification sounds for YouTube most of the time. So I don't happen to look at my screen. I don't see the notification. Very irritating. What is your new phone? Is it an iPhone? I might be able to help you figure that out if it's an iPhone. If it's an other phone, I don't know. That's pretty exciting news today too. Apple announced their new iPhones today. Did you see that? The iPhone 17, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and 17 Air. There's a new iPhone Air that just came out. It's the thinnest, slimmest iPhone yet. So they announced that. They announced a new watch. They announced new AirPods Pro 3 with better noise cancellation and foam ear tips, finally. For those of us who have allergies with the silicone ones, like me, I just bought new foam ones, third-party foam ones for my AirPods, and it has been working really well, knock on wood. I've not had any issues, but Apple's now supplying them foam ones with the new AirPods Pro 3, I guess. So that's exciting. What else came out today? I can't remember. I think that's most of it. 4 new iPhones, a new Apple Watch. Oh, the large Apple Watch, which I can't think of. Apple Watch Ultra. A new one of those came out, and the AirPods Pro 3. That's all I saw. I didn't actually watch the event. I'm going to watch the event later when I can sit down and actually watch it and absorb all the information. I was too busy today to do that. You know, it's a busy day if I don't sit down and watch the Apple event when it happens, because that's my thing. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. I love the new color of the phones, the Pro phones. I think they called it Cosmic Orange. It's kind of the color of my shirt, but a little bit more orangey, a little darker, which is kind of really cool. I kind of like that. But supposedly big improvements, huge improvements in cooling. They have a vapor cooling chamber now so that the chips can run at higher speeds and more processing power, but still stay cooler. So, you know, a lot of times in iPhones, they have to actually limit the power of the chips because they will run too hot and overheat. So they've created a vapor chamber that allows it to be cooler, and so it can run faster. It also, because of some of the materials they've used, has a bigger battery. So it can run faster for longer, which is actually kind of cool. But that's my fun of the day. I'm going to watch that later. Let's see here. Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. Norma says, it's a Motorola Android, and I've repeatedly rebooted and verified sound was active to no avail. Right now, the only notifications I get are when Kimberly unboxes after midnight. That's strange. That's a YouTube thing, though. So if you're getting those, I wonder why you're getting those and not any other YouTube notifications. And it's happening after midnight. You must have some kind of do not disturb on. I don't know much about Androids, but my guess is there's some kind of do not disturb you have set that turns off after midnight, which is when you actually probably want it to turn on. But that's my guess. So yeah. Anyway, that's what's happening here. I'm excited to go down to the to the pizza party today. I think it's going to be fun, and I think we're going to have a good time. Hopefully, I think so. It's going to be, I think, people from all different. It's not just my class. It's all different classes that my teacher holds. So I'm going to meet people down there that I've probably never met that we hear about. But I've never actually met in person. So, but it's of course a group thing. So even though I've known my pottery teacher for many, many years. She used to come in the store and make stuff with us, and hang out and do things. And I'm very comfortable hanging out with her and the people I know at pottery, but it's a group thing, and group things are hard for me when I don't know the people, even though that we're all interested in the same things, and we've all probably heard about each other, and we've seen each other's work sitting on the shelves and commented on it, and but it's always awkward for me at first. And that used to be when I would take my liquid courage to have a drink or so before, but I don't do that anymore. So this is going to be a new experience for today. Not really new, but it's one of those things that I do have a little bit of a hard time with. So we'll see how it goes. But I think Andrew's planning to go with me, so that'll be nice for him to meet people too. So that's good. Michelle says, try uninstalling and reinstalling YouTube. You could do that, but if you're getting YouTube notifications about hers after midnight, that sounds like there's a time setup thing happening. Because I know on my iPhone, and I know Andrew had these before the iPhone, there is usually like a do not disturb or a work mode, or different modes that you can go into, and they're set based on time. So it will limit sounds and limit notifications based on time periods. And if you're getting things after midnight, it sounds like that one of those things is shutting off at a certain point in time. So I don't know what they're called on Android. I don't even remember what they're called on what do they actually call them? I don't know what they're even called on Focus. They're called Focus on iPhone. I have a do not disturb, which is on right now, that stays on until this evening. That usually carries me through the live. But I have a sleep focus, a driving focus, a work focus, a home focus, and you can set multiple ones. Norma says, I just checked do not disturb and it's all turned off. Do you have any other things like that? It might not be do not disturb. You might have other ones. It seems like a time thing, because if it's happening after midnight, something is turning off or turning back on after midnight, which is strange. But Michelle says, I think it's called the same on Android. Focuses. So I can't imagine they would use the same terminology legally, but it could be called a focus. But yeah, So you might have some kind of focus that's going on. And that is usually not in your sounds or notifications area. It's usually a different setting somewhere on your phone. And that might be why you're not seeing it. Looks like it's on, but it's not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Androids. If it were an iPhone, I could tell you exactly where to look to see if you have anything like that set up extra, other than, because do not disturb is something that you can usually comes on the phone, and you can turn on and off right away. But focuses, or my mom says, looks like they call it modes on Android. So Michelle said there's a focus mode and a bedtime mode. So they call them modes. So look for modes on your Android. You might have a bedtime mode that starts after midnight or something like that. I know that on an iPhone, they're called focuses, and you can set a focus for any time of the day and name it yourself. But I don't know what comes pre-installed on everything. Oops, I just got a... What is it doing? Am I still here? My screen went blank. Something changed. Am I still here, y'all? Let me check on my... Looks like I'm still here. Okay, Suzanne says yes. Okay, my screen went real small. My face went like down to this small. And a big thing came up saying that Facebook is having issues. Norma says, I'll have to look for that. Yeah, look for modes. Look for modes. Because that would be something that you would set a mode to activate or deactivate after midnight. And that might be why you're getting sounds from particular YouTubes and other notifications after midnight, but not during the day. Maybe. That's my guess. See, Norma, if you were visiting us, I could just go through your phone and look real quick. Hopefully fix it for you real quick, because there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. Michelle says it's under digital well-being and parental controls. So check that. Apparently that's where it is on your Android settings. So that might be why. Hopefully we can solve that problem for you, right? See, the AG Bead fam, more than just about beads, right? We'll diagnose your tech issues too. Get that solved, because I know that's annoying, right? You know, there are so many notifications that we get on our phones and iPads and computers these days, and all these companies are trying really hard to give you options to control them, but sometimes setting up those options feel like more work than just dealing with the notifications, right? Like I at one point tried to go through my focuses and change them to adapt to, like, during the day I didn't want things that were more personal, so I turned off a lot of the personal stuff and just had work stuff so that I could focus on work. And then in the evening I turned off work stuff and turned on more personal things. And I found that just no matter how I set them up, I was always missing something that I wanted, right? And so at one point, notifications were driving me so insane and really making my anxiety high that I just turned them all off. So right now, it's kind of still in that phase where most of my notifications, my phone is mostly on Do Not Disturb most of the time. And then I just look at it every once in a while and I check things. But my phone does not ever make a sound. My phone does not ever make a noise. It doesn't make a vibration. My phone never alerts me to anything. And I do that on purpose. So mine is set that I actually have to look at things. And I am on my phone most of the time, most of the day. Unfortunately, I guess. So I don't miss too much that way, but at least it's up to me to check things. And that is what is the most helpful for me. Sometimes that would probably not be great, but for some people, like in this case where you're looking for our live and it's don't know if it's at 3 or 7:30, that's not the best. But for most of my stuff, it works out that's how I do it. Norma says, I found it, but nothing is turned on. Very strange then. I don't know. That you've got me now, because that's the only thing I could think of that would be a reason why you would get notifications after a certain period in time. That's definitely one of those things that if I had the phone in front of me, we could probably solve this problem. But not having the phone in front of me, especially being a device, an operating system I'm not used to, not easy. And even with iPhones, like people will ask me questions a lot of times, and I'm like, if I could just sit with the phone for like 5 minutes, it would solve this like hour-long discussion we're having. Because it's like, you got to try this and just try this and then go to this menu, and I'm taking screenshots and I'm sending screenshots, and instead just look at it for 5 minutes and figure it all out. Marianne says, but it's Tuesday. You mean that we're early? I know. Did you miss the beginning, Marianne? Hello, welcome. Yeah, we're going to a pizza party with friends at my pottery studio. So that's why we're early today. And tomorrow is my pottery day. So I am going to be early tomorrow too. Norma said, I may have to take it to my friendly Verizon place and ask for help. Yes, you might have to. Or take it to, if you have an Apple store. Not Apple. I guess since it's Android, you can't really go to us. You have to go there. I was going to say, if it's an iPhone, you can go to an Apple store, you can go to a Best Buy. But with that, there's no one really. There's not a Motorola store, unfortunately. Marion says, yes, I guess I did. Yes, you did. Michelle says, unsubscribe from Allegory from YouTube, then resubscribe. You shouldn't have to do that, because that shouldn't be a thing from that particular app. I mean, you can try that, but just make sure you resubscribe. But it shouldn't be based on that. YouTube's app should know if you're subscribed that you want notifications if you have the bell turned on. My mom says, did she check the notification within YouTube? I don't know. Norma says, tried that twice already. So yeah, that should be a system-wide thing. It's definitely something with the notification system on the phone. Especially if you're getting the notification, you're just not getting the sound, right? Because that's what it sounds like is the problem, right, Norma? You're getting a notification, it's just not making the sound. And it's only the YouTube app that's doing this. Yeah, there's something going on there. But it is making the sound after midnight, right? So that's weird. Super strange. But anyway, yeah, don't know why it would be doing that. But I would say take it to your Verizon store and check it out, especially if you've checked all the things online as much as you can about the YouTube app on Android. So yeah, I don't know. But I would take it to your Verizon store and see if they can help. Because it's a YouTube app, I don't know how much they'll be able to help, but because it is an Android, it doesn't seem like it has anything really to do with the YouTube app. It has to do with the notifications on your phone, and that should be something that is the Android system, and it should be something that the Verizon people should be able to help you with. Because if you are getting some sounds through the app, but it's after midnight, there's something with the notification system. It's not with the app. It's not with YouTube itself. And you're getting sounds from other apps. So it is most likely something with the notification system that is changed. So that's that. I would take it to them, check it out, especially if it's making you crazy, because you need to get our notifications, Norma. You need to know. But yeah, so what else is going on, y'all? How's everybody else doing? What's everybody up to today? I did, like I said, I ran to the post office today. I did a little bit of packing and shipping, worked on a few boxes for people, and have a few things going to be ready to go out. Should be tomorrow for a bunch of people, so that's good. And what else? Took the cats out today. Of course, took the cats out. They had a good time out playing today. They were getting a little bit wild. They were trying to push their boundaries a little bit today. All of them. Ida Bells usually hangs around the porch, and she was trying to push her boundaries a little bit. Gilbert was actually pushing out into the neighbor's yard a little bit. Gertie and Tallulah were trying to follow Barnaby out to the end of the driveway. He's allowed to go closer to the end of the driveway because I know where he goes. I know what he does. He goes out there, he eats a little of the catnip plant, and then he rolls around in the cement. And he doesn't do anything but that, and just hangs out there and watches the day go by out on the cement. But with the girls out there, I never know if they're going to stay where they're supposed to, or if they're going to get too close to the alleyway. There's not much traffic on our back alleyway, but there's enough that it would be very bad if something were to happen that way. If they got too close to the alleyway, I'd be too worried. So they were pushing. I found Tallulah close to the end of the alleyway at one point, or the end of the driveway. Gertie was trying to run around up into the neighbor's yard. So I had to haul everybody back and get everybody in the backyard where they're supposed to be. Suzanne is waiting for Andrew to get on to have a book recommendation. Yeah, Andrew said he'd be on like in 5 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Marion says, I have a Samsung Android and mine works just fine. Samsung. If I had an Android, I'd probably have a Samsung, or else a Google proper. But yeah, I've heard great things about Samsung, and they have a good ecosystem, it seems like. I've heard good things about Motorola though too. For a while, I think my aunt had a Motorola Android back in the day when they actually still had keyboards. She had a little flip up, kind of widescreen flip up one with a keyboard, physical keyboard. Back when the Androids had those, and she had that for a long time. I think it was Motorola. Suzanne says, because Barnaby is great. He is great. He's a good boy. Michelle had a bad fall Thursday, hit my head. Oh no. And hurt the left side. Went to the ER the next day. They said I have a sprained shoulder and head injury. That's terrible. You need to be careful. Weren't you going through PT too? That's no good. Was it something that happened with PT? Hopefully you're doing okay. My health lately has not been the greatest. Yeah, you need to be careful. Kimberly says, hello, everyone. Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about phones, trying to help Norma with her phone issues. New iPhones came out today, and they were released today. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I will be upgrading. I would like to, but I don't really have a need to, and I don't really want to pay the extra money to. So I don't know. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining us. My son thinks I overdid it with PT. The doctor said I can continue PT. Wow. Well, if you're overdoing it, you need to talk to your physical therapist and let them know. Do they know that you fell later? If they're pushing you too hard, I know they have to push you. That's usually a thing with PT, but I don't know. What do I know too? What do I know? This is not a health channel. Kimberly says, I am considering an upgrade because my 13 is overheating when I record. Yeah, most of them will, if you are not in a kind of super air conditioned area. I hate to say that, but the vapor chamber may help on the new ones. That's only on the pros. So I don't know, but many, like if I record outside for too long, a lot of times ultimately my phone will end up overheating, especially because I record in 4K. And I think that's part of it. My phone has done that. My phone, if it's sitting on the dashboard doing maps, it is overheated if I don't have the air conditioning blowing right at it. So a lot of times the iPhones have that issue. I've noticed if you are not in, like, even if it's just like a mildly warm spring day, like today it was like 70 degrees outside. If I really tried to record, it would probably start overheating. And I don't know. I don't like that, but most of the time anymore, it doesn't stop the recording. Like we usually, like right now I have my phone plugged in, and a lot of times during the lives, when I'm doing this, we have our phones plugged in, and sometimes it will stop charging, and it says that charging is on hold until the phone cools down. So at least it doesn't stop the recording or the video, but it does stop the charging of the phone. But that's all to save the battery from deteriorating, usually. See, Michelle says she will be here today. We'll go over what is safe. That's good. Says, yeah, and the camera goes black for several hours, and I record in my office. Yeah, I've had that issue from time to time. Sometimes when I was recording with Jen, it would do that. And we'd realize that Jen had recorded like a whole hour's worth of video. And because we had the phone up above generally where she could see easily, because just from the distance that we needed it to be, and she wouldn't realize, or if she was sitting there, she didn't think to just look at it. You just assume it's going to work. And the camera would actually not have recorded her entire tutorial. So sometimes on those days where the tutorials were late or came out the next day, it was because they had to be re-recorded because the iPhone shut itself down because it was too hot. So that does definitely happen. And I don't know, mine hasn't done it in a while. I have a 14, I think. I think mine's an iPhone 14. Andrew has a 13, I think, and I don't think his has ever done that. He has a 13 Pro. It's the big one. And maybe that's the difference. I don't know if you have the smaller or the bigger. I have a smaller one. Sometimes the bigger ones, I think, just have more space and more room for cooling. But I know that my smaller phone, because I like the smaller ones generally. If I were to upgrade now, I might go for a bigger one. I don't know. Kimberly has a 13 Pro Max. See, that's what Andrew has. He has never, I don't think, had a problem with his video not recording. But he doesn't record as much video and for as long. His videos are pretty short. So that's probably why. But yeah, I have a 14 Pro, and I still have that issue. So the vapor chamber hopefully would work, but I don't know if that takes into account the camera systems or not. I don't know. I don't know. But I do feel your pain because when we are recording tutorials, that's when we usually have to turn the air conditioning on pretty high in the cottage and to stop the phones from overheating. And I try to do it without plugging in the phone if possible, so that it doesn't do the extra overheating by charging the phone as well. So I try to make sure the phone is fully charged before we do a record session. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining in. So yeah, but that's exciting. What else is everybody doing? Anybody else having any fun times out there? I'm trying to think. I think I went over. Oh, the other thing, I did want to mention something else, which I mentioned yesterday, but if you're in the Pittsburgh area, we wanted to let people know that on Saturday, October 25th, Andrew is teaching a creature making class in Pittsburgh, a contemporary craft. So if you want to learn how to make his little creatures that he makes in polymer clay, like the ones we will be selling during the cryptid, the WPA cryptid show, you can learn. October 25th. It is, let me take a look. I'm going to their link now. There's a link on our blog. So you can go to our blog and you can see that it's October 25th from from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. at Contemporary Crafts. It's a 7-hour class. It is $105 for the class plus a $30 materials fee. So $135 total for a 7-hour class, which I think is a pretty good deal. And you'll have everything you need to be able to make the creatures with Andrew. And I'm sure I'll be there as well. So that's in October. So put it on your schedule. Please sign up if you're going to go. It really, really helps. We can't stress enough how much it helps when people actually sign up in advance. What we have found is that oftentimes there are the few people who sign up right when the classes are listed. So they sign up right away, and that helps a lot. But the majority of people sign up the week before or a few days before. And for any teacher, I mean, I know sometimes that's all that's possible. Like maybe you don't have it together. You don't have the money for it right now. You don't have, that's, that's all that. But if you can possibly, if you're taking anybody's class, if you can sign up, the earlier the better, because for the planning of the class, like some of these classes, Andrew doesn't know if he's actually going to be able to teach the class until like a few days before. And it makes it really hard to plan things out. Like the materials fee that you're paying goes to the teacher because the teacher has to bring the materials. So, we get reimbursed for that. And any teacher gets reimbursed for their materials fee, but we are responsible for providing that material. So we have to buy it in advance for the number of students that we are going to have. So if we think we're going to have 3 students in the class or 4 students in the class, then you have to buy for that, thinking maybe another one will join or so. But then if 4 more people sign up, then you haven't bought enough materials. So the only other thing you can do is overbuy materials and hope more people will sign up, that you'll be able to cover the cost of those materials. So if you are signing up for classes, it is super, super nice if you're able to sign up early so the teachers can prepare. Being on this end of things, we can see how it all works, and when you're taking a class, like I said, last minute signups are great, for people taking them because they're like, oh, I know I can do it this weekend. I'm just going to sign up. But what that does is it does kind of sometimes put a little, kink in the system because then we got to make sure we have enough materials and that everything's going to go smoothly. And, for the classes we teach, of course, we're always grateful for all the people who sign up whenever you sign up. We love teaching the classes. We love meeting people. And this is not, like I said, not just for us. For any class you take, especially if it has a materials fee, because the materials fee is generally provided, or the materials are provided by the teacher. So the teacher has to know in advance to order them. And, most people teaching these classes, they're not rich. They're artisans and, artists like we all are. And so they are trying to balance the purchasing of those materials for the class with how much money they have or how much money they're going to be reimbursed with. So if there's a big shoot up in the number of students at the very end of the sign up period, that often doesn't leave enough time to bring in more stuff. So you're looking to, do your best in making those materials stretch for people. Or, sometimes if you have your own, like Andrew has pulled stuff from his own personal stock to amp up the materials so that everybody feels like they got their money's worth. Because that's a big thing for us. Some people don't worry about that as much, but we are always concerned that people feel like they're going to get their money's worth in their materials fee. So that's a big thing for us. Let's see here. Marianne's ignoring the smoke. Oh boy, still. Norma says, I don't remember who recommended the spell shop, but I picked it up in my library today, along with my book club September selection, The God of the Woods. Nice. Harry says, I'm finishing up my Halloween items for now. We'll be sending a box to William at the end of the week. Awesome. I fired the kiln this morning with 18 pendants. Nice. I can't wait to get them. We have some stuff from Harry that we're going to be showing at some point soon. We still have a few things that we got that we haven't shown yet. So stay tuned for that. We just got to work on all of that, getting things sorted, getting things going. Suzanne said that's a great deal. For the class, yes. $135 for a 7-hour class with all of the materials included that you need. It's a really good deal. To learn how to make all these creature ornaments that Andrew makes, you're going to learn his secret techniques, his little things that he's picked up along the way. You'll learn how to sculpt faces and all this good stuff. So if you can make it to Pittsburgh on October 25th, it's worth it. Even if you're traveling, like I think $135 for the class, even if you had to add a hotel for an evening, I think that's still worth it, to be 100% honest. Andrew tries very hard to keep his class costs down. So, I think, you add a one-night hotel stay if you're staying and coming into Pittsburgh. You'd be able to leave by 5 p.m. that night or come in that morning and stay overnight. I think it's a really good deal. And yeah, so consider it, y'all, if you're around or could be around. Suzanne says, Harry, that's great. I'm working this week on your rooster pendant. Nice. Harry says, Suzanne, can't wait to see what you make. My mom offered some other advice about the Android. Norma says, I'm not seeing it, but I'll look again later. Yes. Good. So that's it, y'all. That's all I've got for now. I thought Andrew was going to be jumping in here, but I don't know what he's doing. Susie, hello, Susie, said, I saw you going to the post office when I was doing errands. Yes, I had to do drop-offs. I did some drop-offs today, and I didn't see you. Were you just driving by? Hopefully I didn't, sometimes when I am going around town, I am blinders on. I don't see people on the side. People are like, I saw you walk in. I tried to wave and say hi. And I'm like, I didn't. I do that a lot of times. For one, it's often parallel parking, which I am not the greatest at. I can do sometimes. Sometimes I surprise myself, but I get very tense thinking about parking, even if it's like an easy pull-in spot. I get in my head about I'm going to have to parallel park, or I might have to parallel park, or I might have to go around the corner and park. And so that starts me into my head and anxiety. And then once I'm thinking about that, then I'm walking into the post office with that kind of okay, I got the parking done kind of situation going. And yeah, and then it's everything else. So it says I was driving to the grocery store. Okay, good. I didn't ignore you then. Yeah, but sometimes people are like, I tried to wave, I yelled across the street. I'm like, did not see you, did not hear you. A lot of times I'm very much in my own head when I'm running errands, because I think I've talked about this a little bit. Kind of the way my anxiety works, or maybe if it's ADHD that I might have, I'm constantly always in the future. So even when I'm at the post office, I'm already thinking about the next thing I have to do. And that kind of, you know how when you're running late for something and that's all that's on your mind is you have to get there. That's kind of what my entire life is. Um, so think about when you are, and that's how I kind of try to explain my anxiety to people a little bit. Think about when you're late for something, and the only thing that you can do is think about how late you are and how you need to get there fast, right? Late for work, you're like, oh, I got to get there, I got to get there. That's all that's on your head. Like, if you have to get on a bus or you have to get in the traffic, and of course you get in traffic, and you're like, oh, I got to get there, I got to get there. That's what my entire life is like. If I'm going to the post office to drop off a package, I'm already like on the next step. What do I have to do next? Oh, I should be going to the bank because I have things at the bank I have to do, or I need to get back up to the cottage to keep packing up packages. So I'm constantly, whatever the next step is in my brain, I'm already there, and I'm feeling rushed because I'm not actually there yet. So my whole life feels like I'm late for everything. And that's kind of how my anxiety works with a lot of things. And so when I am walking into the post office, my brain is already like pushing, like I feel this physical push almost sometimes that I need to be going faster to get to where I need to be next. And that completely kind of puts me out of the present moment. So if somebody like kind of really has to get my attention, like be standing in front of me, or like really like yelling or waving, or to really kind of break me out of that, um, because I'm sure that you know what it feels like when you're late. You're not thinking about anything but that. Like it takes a lot for somebody to be like, I'm here. Talk to me, because you're like out there. You're like, I need to get to work. So that's what it's like. That's what it's like. So when I do run errands and things, I'm trying to be more mindful and trying to be more present, but it's like fighting against my very nature, um, to be like completely in the moment. My nature wants to be like 3 steps from where I am, and that's just how it always seems to be. Um, let's see here. What's everybody saying? My mom was saying something about check one more thing under YouTube notifications. There's a scheduled digest. You have that on. And says not seeing it. We'll try it later. Marion says I don't have a digest mode on my Samsung Norma. It's on. Turn it off. Marion says actually I found it. It must be configured on YouTube, not your phone. Cindy says I finally got into my Libby and Hoopla accounts. LOL. So I'll have to look for the spell shop. Yeah, that's one that I need to look for too. I should write that down. I don't know if that's the one I wrote down. I always write these things down and then I lose my little notes. But that was one that somebody recommended that I thought might be a good one for me because I like those kind of things. Is that Ann? I can't remember who recommended that either. So anyway, well, I thought Andrew was going to talk with us, but I guess he's not at this point. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started. I thought we were going to have him chat with us. I mean, he could still jump on at any moment. That's not stopping him, but yeah. Ooh, something was biting me. That's not good. Let me flip this camera around before I get all bit up here on camera anyway. Oops, wrong setting. There we go. Diane says, I just picked it up today at the library, the spell shop. See, everybody's going to be reading it now. Everybody's reading the spell shop. Has anyone started reading it other than the person that recommended it? I have a few of you who sent me some recipes again over email. So thank you if you've been sending in recipes. I'm always looking forward to recipes. I got to gather them in some place that's better than just hanging out in my email. But yeah, I like it. I like it. All right. Let's see. What do we got going on here today? Suzanne says, not me reading another book. Suzanne's waiting for Andrew to show up too, so we can talk about that other book recommendation. Because if you tell me, I'm going to forget by the end. That's my brain. Sorry, I'm taking a drink. Kimberly says, maybe we should do that book club again on that book. The Inspired by Reading book club? Maybe. Maybe, since Andrew will be kind of, I think, around a little more often. He's kind of the one that really leads the book club. I very rarely get through the books, to be 100% honest, so the book club was always more his thing. As much as I want to join in more and should join in more, I always found it hard to finish the books on time. But now with him being around, maybe. Marion says, haha, I've been told to smile. Things can't be that bad when I'm focused on going somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure my face looks like that too. Because that's like the worried face always. Suzanne says, this book has BIPOC characters. Nice. All right. So I don't know if we have anyone new joining in, but here the lot numbers are going to be AFT, afternoon. That's where that came from. AFT. So take down the lot number, put it in an email, send that email to info@allegorygallery.com if you'd like to hang out or like to purchase anything. And, ooh, that didn't sound great. Something's scraping out, car scraping. And first come, first serve. Let me get up my email here. Make sure my email is up and running. There we go. Okay, so let's see what I've got in my bag of goodies today for you all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it a lot. Let's see. Let's move that over. Okay. Let's see. We had this at 16. I'm going to go down to 14. Oops. Let me get my other light too while I'm at it here. There we go. Norma found the scheduled digest and it is off. Huh. Don't know. Suzanne says, bag of goodies equals a new kitten. Oh, no, no, no. No new kittens. I can't do anymore. Can't do anymore. That'd be pretty cute, but can't do anymore. 5. That's enough. Kittens are cute, though. Marion says, I would have a several-month hold on the spell shop. Oh, boy. All right. So this is Goldstone, but with Millefiori in it, which is kind of odd and unique. We've had a few strands like this. These are all vintage strands. I don't really see this stuff normally, but it's Goldstone, which is a man-made stone. Oh, excuse me. Of course, I'm going to start sneezing now that I'm showing stuff. But because it's a man-made stone, they could technically add stuff to it. And in this case, they've added the Millefiori glass to it. Kimberly says, my mom had this in her stash and it is really interesting. Yeah, it is. It's really cool. And it's really different. And we don't have many strands of it usually. We get them every once in a while. Suzanne says, I've never seen this. We only get them once in a while. We've had a few on the show before, but this is the only one I think we have currently. And normally we don't get them in the squares. Normally the squares, we've gotten them in other shapes. I think we've had them in more like cubes before. And maybe ovals. I think we had a faceted oval once, but not in the squares. This one has sold, by the way. Thank you so much. These are about 12 millimeters. For the person who grabbed it, thank you so much. I'm going to put that one away. I think they're super cool. Super, super cool. All right. Good start for the day. Thank you. AFT2. Oh, let me see. Does this have... Come on. Okay. This is a vintage strand of aventurine. And these are kind of twisted tubes. I don't know what you want to call them. Twisted rectangles. Maybe that's a better. Really pretty aventurine. Let me see what we had on this. We had 14 on this. I will do it for 12. It's a really pretty. I think this is the last strand of these that we've got. Really pretty color. Vintage aventurine. This bright kind of green. Twisted rectangles. These are approximately 4.5 by 11 millimeters. And they are a 14-inch strand. AFT2, and that one has sold. Thank you so much. Suzanne says, I like goldstone. Some people look down on it, but I like it. Me too. I'm with you on that one. You know, because it's, you know, not natural, a lot of people look down on it. But, you know, glass isn't natural either, right? Like, we use so many things. Vintage plastic isn't natural. And, of course, some people look down on all of that. But there's no reason. Like, I think it's kind of a... you know, it's a cool thing that we developed goldstone, right? It's one of those things that has been developed by people, and why can't it be an kind of an art form? Like, why look down on it? I just, you know, I don't get it. Cindy says, no, you need 3 more cats to match me. Oh my goodness. Marion says, you have 8 cats, Cindy. I had 7 at one time, but 3 is a great number. Says, yes, Marion, my daughter wears her heart on her sleeve when it comes to kittens. All of ours have been rescues. That's sweet. You know, we are... Oh, hello.
Howdy.
He is here.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm showing things. I was waiting for you, and then no one was coming.
Well, I had some last minute details I had to take care of before to talk about the end of the. I'm trying to increase the volume. See my tool to increase the volume?
That's funny.
Nothing but the finest at Allegory Gallery. So I had to finish some details about the weekend. It was a lovely weekend. I got to hang out with some beautiful people who I carry in my heart. Ruby from Surf Plus is an absolute angel friend. Good shaving cream on my face.
I can't tell. Your face is small in here, so I don't think anybody's gonna notice if you do.
It's not small yet, I don't think.
Yeah, well, you're pretty small.
Am
You're only half the screen.
Well, what about this?
I can make you bigger here. Let me make you bigger.
No, you don't have to.
No.
But y'all like my new t-shirt?
I know. He got a fancy t-shirt and didn't get me one.
You can share mine. Mine comes size large, so it can accommodate you.
Sometimes I'm not allowed to share.
Correct. This color would look better on you.
Kimberly says, I don't see any white foam on your face or in your ears.
Oh, good.
Suzanne says, hello, Andrew. Cindy says, hi, Andrew. We're just talking about how many cats everybody has and if people like Goldstone or bead snobs not liking Goldstone.
We got four of the 5 right there.
Are they there?
See?
I see Tallulah's tail. That's all I can see.
Wow. You'll just have to trust it.
Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Barnaby must be down in his man cave.
Correct.
They after they go outside for the afternoon, they like to sit up there all together like that and
That's pretty cute.
Take a nap.
So what are them snobs saying? What?
Oh, because I just showed some Goldstone, and Suzanne was saying some people look down on it, but she loves it, and I said me too. And Marianne was saying bead snobs are silly. It's true.
Well, if you don't like using it, don't use it, but don't try to yuck somebody else's yum.
Right? Why do that?
It's Unikite, but you don't see me talking smack about it.
All right, I'm gonna keep doing some showings here.
Suzanne says, have you read The Manor of Dreams by Christina Lee? How something gothic. I haven't.
Great House Gothic.
Oh, I haven't read it yet, but maybe I'll check it out, get in the spooky season mood. Ooh, that's cool.
These are carved dyed bone.
How many you got?
Huh?
How many you got?
7.
Oh, good. Those would make great earrings.
Yeah, more like sliced than carved. Sliced dyed bone. Nice. And they actually have 2 holes. There's a hole up at the top and a hole down below. So if you wanted to use them for earrings to drop something extra, you don't have to use anything down here. But they're nice and thin and so light. And I'll show you the others. They are very similar in size to one another. So if you wanted to use them for earrings, it'd be easy to use.
And if you also drilled them out, you could use them as a multi-strand connector for like a necklace.
Yeah.
Party in the front. Let it kind of work with that kind of directional movement of the pattern.
And these are about 26 millimeters by 31 by 2.5. Kimberly says, so fun. Kimberly says, I like Goldstone. It's the only glitter I will allow.
I like glitter.
Andrew does like glitter, especially in the glitters in his enamels.
I mean, Ava, she has some glitter.
Oh, I can't wait for Ava's glitter balls.
And it's nice because the glitter's inside,
Yep.
so it doesn't come off.
We were
And
talking about Ava's show coming up.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because there's a lot of cleaning to do before
There is a lot of cleaning to do before Ava comes.
and the
And
cats keep wrecking the house.
You've not been able to do much lately.
No, but I am starting to feel a little bit better.
That's good. Let's see. We had 6 on this. I can't go any lower than 6. This shouldn't even be 6.
Well, loose glitter, they call it the herpes of the craft world.
Yeah. And so Kimberly says, as long as glitter is encased, I am fine with it. Not a loose glitter fan. Cindy says, I'm not a glitter fan, but will use stone with them in.
I like anything that sparkles. One time I tried to make myself sparkle and shine with my skin. And I painted my arms with varnish and put Vaseline in my hair and all over my face.
Oh boy.
This is as a child, not an adult.
This is a beautiful cab. There's no hole.
Wouldn't that be fun wire wrapped?
Beautiful wire wrapped. There's the back, the unpolished side, and then you have the polished side.
Kimberly says, were you trying to be Edward? You know that stuff came out well into my adulthood.
That was long after that.
Before Edward.
21.5 by 28 millimeters.
But they're not like real vampires. They're like snake DNA.
Snake DNA.
I never heard that mythology before, but Stephanie Meyer came up with it.
Huh.
They're basically reptilians.
Oh boy.
Well, rich, white.
Right.
Sparkle in the sunshine.
Let's see.
Never
This was
age.
28. I'm going to bring it down to 22 for you all.
They like that child blood.
The child blood. If you got any of the glass that we had the other day that had the frit in it,
Those are fun.
I think it would go really well with these. Now there are a few cracked ones on here, which is why the price is much lower than it really would be. But these are very colorful, beautiful glass cylinders, multicolored, and they do have the same kind of colors as the frit glass we had.
And, you know, it's like how to ruin Twilight in less than 5 words.
So
they kinda like them reptilians.
So there's that. These beads are approximately 11 millimeters by 8. And you get the whole strand of those. Suzanne says, I thought you said cracklins, LOL.
I miss a cracklin.
Cracklins, yeah.
Kimberly says, you manage it.
You managed it, you called them snakes.
Sorry. I didn't write the book.
No, you didn't. All right, we have some furnace glass up next. 2 strands available. And we'll do these for, we had them at 12. We'll do them for 10 each.
What did Marianne say?
My experience with reptiles never included sparkles.
Well, maybe they're like iridescent. You know, they sparkle in the sunshine.
Not mad about it. I read all of Stephanie's books. Suzanne says, stop dissing snakes.
Well, I read them as well. I wanted to see what was about.
So this is furnace glass, 2 strands. I don't know if you all saw, our friend Julie did an amazing necklace using furnace glass recently.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Yeah, she made a really awesome piece using the furnace glass.
What did I could see the snake something with a host.
I could see the snake thing with the host.
Oh, I read the host. I like them better than Twilight books, actually.
Suzanne said, some vipers shine in the sunlight. Never read the books.
I think they do something where they make the main character like they give the main character enough flaws that you could like relate to them. So like sometimes they'll have like a main character and they're gonna be like, I'm a badass assassin that is like a supermodel, but also um the most lethal killer in all of the universe. And you kind of like, how I relate to that. And then they make Bella so pathetic sounding in the books that you're like, oh, I get hungry too. Um, and then so you start like trauma bonding with Bella, and then also I think the secret sauce of those books is that they're really long. So because they're really long, you like become emotionally invested whether you like the books or not. And then you're like, oh, I'm rooting for this person, even though I don't really care about them, because you just spent 1,000 pages reading about them. So you're kind of like, oh, I guess I have to find out what happens next since I've already spent this time. Because she wrote another book, and it was like the short life of Bree something or another, and it's real short. It's a novella, and it's the same kind of premise as Twilight, the main book, but it's so much shorter, and you don't get that same kind of effect. Suzanne said the host was decent, but just is that but just
Yeah, but just. Maybe
yeah, it's all right.
just decent. So this is AFT7. These are the Hamsa check glass. We had these in store. We've only got 1 strand left. They're about 15 by 14 millimeters. They were $8.75, and we're bringing them down to $7 for y'all. 1 strand available. And then this one is AFT8, was $10. Now 8 for the large check glass beads. Whoa. And these are the big ones, and they are about 20 millimeters. You get all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them for $8.
I think those could be really cool with a fun, like colorful beading material. Wouldn't that be neat?
Yes, because they are clear. So you use a colorful beading material through them. Super cool. And we've just sold AFT8. Thank you so much.
I know some of y'all like that Softlex that comes in all those bright colors,
Yes.
and that's perfect for that.
All right. AFT9.
Nobody got any of those wooden or the bone,
Nobody grabbed any of the bone.
and that kind of motif is so popular. I see it all the time. My friend Tanya Crane, she makes earrings like that in that shape, but in enamel.
All right. Next up, Andrew's going to have to help me with this stone.
What is it? I think those are the aquamarine.
Aquamarine.
Unless they're green, then they're the peridot ones that I had.
They're more aquamarine than peridot.
Those are triple A grade.
Yeah, these are $8 each.
That's
And
my
I
private stash, yo.
got 5 of them available.
It's true. I was hoarding though.
They are really high quality. These are perfect for like to just put single on a chain if you want to really show them off, or use them with earrings.
Or if you want to go the other way, I had the rest of the strand. I did. I had one of our customers. They bought this. They bought the rest of the strand of that, and I had this thick silk cord, and I stitched those on, so it kind of fluffed out like an amoeba, or maybe what we call a nudie branch, and so that was like encrusted with those stones, and it looked razzle dazzle time, high dollar.
High dollar. Um, Somebody just tried to grab AFT8 again. Sorry, it's sold out. Sold. Kimberly says they almost look like green amethyst. So pretty.
If they're what I think, they're a little bit more blue than the prasulite.
Yeah, they're very clear. They're very pretty. Whoa.
But it does kind of look like that.
Yeah, it does. All right. AFT 10.
Apparently, a little pop-up come up. This is add effects using hand gestures. Turn on reactions to express yourself with a hand gesture during a video call. I don't know what kind of hand gestures. Thumbs up.
It doesn't do it on the back camera, I don't think. It used to do those hand gestures, and I've realized lately it's not been doing it.
Oh, maybe people didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know what? It did it on my Zoom call earlier. I had a meeting earlier today, and it did that. Like I did a thumbs up, and it did a thumbs up.
Oh, nice.
Kinda. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. All right, let me put some of these away.
I think that that furnace glass is not to be missed. Let me tell you, it's not David Christensen, but it is high quality.
They look really nice.
So it looks nice. So they do that. If you don't know about furnace glass, instead of the traditional lamp work, so the lamp work they've usually got a torch kind of set up like this, and then you've got a rod, and you kind of manipulate it. You turn it over, and you take these rods, and you you melt the glass, and then twist it around the bead. Sometimes they call them wound beads. Which some people, because people weren't saying it, they were just reading it. They read it as wound beads.
Oh no.
So people would talk about wound beads all the time. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? And then, so the furnace glass is like blown glass, and they do like rods, and then they like roll the blob of glass and the rods of glass to make those internal colors, and then they stretch it out and blow it, and it makes a hole in the middle, and then they chop it up, and then they put it, probably, I'm hoping that they do it in a machine and tumble them, because I can't imagine hand doing each of those. And what I love about these is that they're slightly rainbow. And you know what? With everything going on with people being anti-rainbow, it makes me want to do more rainbow.
Right. So that's what he's talking about there. This is beautiful, chunky rose quartz.
Simple cut.
Simple cut. Nice quality. Was a $24 strand. Bring it down to 20 for you all.
Marion says, I saw one just recently on YouTube.
That's AFT 10 on that one. And let's see what I have next. For those of you who like pre-night, let's see. These were...
What do you see, Marianne?
The thumbs up thing I think she was talking about then.
Oh.
Or the
Usually
reactions.
the one that can't carry the thread of conversation.
What's that?
Usually you're the one that can't. You're like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I know.
And me, I'm usually, oh yeah, like about 10 minutes ago they were talking about their dog's foot.
So this is pre-night.
With the epidote. Bless you.
Thank you. And these are drilled. They're drilled mostly lengthwise. Whoa.
So that dark green is actually green tourmaline. See it? Look at it.
This, like, on here.
Little tiny green tourmaline crystals. That's rough. That's how it grows.
Green tourmaline crystals on the pre-night. So you get, yeah, there's kind of a long chunky one right there.
You can tell it's tourmaline because tourmaline grows kind of in a needle formation. And if you look close, you can see it.
So we got those normally 32 if we sold these all individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So normally they would be $2 a piece. Bringing them down to $1 a piece for you all. $16 for the whole set.
You know where I got those?
Where?
I bet you can guess.
I can guess?
I
don't know.
She lives in Truther.
Oh, Kia.
I probably shouldn't list where she lives. Yeah,
oh, Marianne's got some things to do. See you tomorrow. Have a good night, Marianne.
Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah, I haven't seen Kia in years and years.
No, we have not.
Hopefully she's okay. You know, I kind of have a feeling that she probably went somewhere out of the country and was living her best life on a beach somewhere.
I feel like that too. She did her thing. And then moved on.
She got that peace out money and yeah, there's a bunch of people who was I haven't seen that person in years and years. And then they're like, well, because they live in Costa Rica now.
Right.
I'm surprised. Did anybody buy any of that aquamarine?
Nope.
Not even one?
Not even one.
Not even two for earrings?
Not even two for earrings.
That'd make good.
I know.
Just add a little pop of light, a little point of light around your face.
Kimberly says, I am thinking about it.
Well, I'm not trying to pressure you because I don't like the hard sale, but they are particularly nice.
Andrew says, I know, they're mine.
No, I picked those out for my very own particular use.
These were 32. And bring them down to 28.
That's from Pride and Prejudice when Charlotte ends up with that dude and he gives me a room for my own particular use.
Look at how nice these tiger eye are.
That's
vintage large golden tiger eye.
You can kind of tell that it's vintage because it's got that intense kind of golden color A lot of the tiger eye that I've seen recently, it's got a lot of like matrix mixed in, or it's not real. I don't know. The color is not as intense as it
Not as
used to be.
vibrant, no. And this has the great, great chatoyance in it too.
And if you don't know what chatoyance means, it means cat's eye.
It's that flash like a cat's eye at night. And these have a lot of it in there.
Well, it doesn't even have to be at night. You can see chatoyance in the cat's eye in the daytime.
Yeah, it's just harder. Look at your cat. They'll show you. Oh, you got somebody there. Got Gertie. Gertie gonna flash those beautiful cat's eyes. She says, look in my eyes.
She does have the most expressive eyes of our cats.
Yes, she does. Oh, we've sold 11. Thank you so much. That's the pre-night with the green tourmaline.
Get overcome, and I just want to squeeze it.
Kimberly says, these tiger eye are amazing. They are at only $28. That is a steal.
What time is the party?
6 to 8.
What are we gonna bring?
We have to bring a second, like it's a white elephant kind of thing. And so she said, like, bring a second of something.
And then what are we gonna bring for food? You know, we can't go to somebody's house and not bring something.
They specifically said there's going to be so much pizza. They said that that other food would probably not be eaten.
What about something sweet, like
Because
cookies?
I asked that because I said, you know who I'm with, and they're gonna ask for food, and they said don't bring any food.
Baloney parts times 2. Like they don't know me.
Like they don't know you. These have sold twice. Sorry, I've only got one strand of them.
Well, I guess we can pick up some cookies.
You can pick up some cookies.
Yeah, because you can't go to somebody's house and not bring something to eat. Who are you?
Who are you?
Somebody different.
I told them that. I told them you were never going to let me come without bringing something.
You know, if you don't even bring napkins, that means like you don't even want to be there.
Suzanne says, I love you, Gertie.
She's busy.
She's busy.
She's washing off my kisses on her head.
These were 16. I'm going to bring them down to 12. It's a little bit more furnace glass. I thought we'd be selling the furnace glass tonight, but especially since a lot of y'all saw Julie's necklace she did.
I love it. It's got the rainbows.
Yeah, look at that rainbow. These are long tubes, little star tubes. Suzanne says, you come to my house, you don't need to bring food.
Well, it's against my culture not to bring something.
He will always bring something.
So if I don't bring something, that means something.
And these tubes are they're all different, but this is about 5 millimeters, and this one happens to be 25 millimeters long.
Either that I've been bedraggled and like had to like hike, bless you. Have to hike through the desert to get there. And even then I probably find some cactus flowers or something.
You can find some pretty rock to bring to your house at least.
Exactly. So I'd be like, oh, I had to like wander the desert, but here you go. I found some camel milk.
Some camel milk for you.
But that's just how it is.
AFT 14 is this set of polymer.
Isn't that amazing?
2-hole on both pieces.
Make a great bracelet.
This is AFT 14, only $14.
Or for bead embroidery.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Look, they even got the holographic.
Yeah, they do.
There's a little bit of cane work in there, and then they've inlaid some of that. They made what's called a veneer and then attached it to the surface and then polished the heck out of it.
So that is AFT 14, 18 down to 14. Oh, we just sold 13. We just sold the tubes. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thanks. I think it'd be cool to make those into like something to raise money for the Pulse Memorial.
Right.
Or maybe I'll do something with the ones that I've hoarded. I thought about painting the cottage rainbow.
Yeah, he got onto a kick for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm going to do it in rainbows.
The whole thing. But then also I don't want it to get burned down. So then I was like, do I protest and get the building burned down? Or just quietly resist?
Quietly resist, quietly protest. Suzanne says, I learned so much from you both. Thank you.
About rainbows.
About rainbows. There's a Pulse Memorial question, says Suzanne.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, right? Was that
keep painting over it.
Oh, we just sold the one strand of the other glass as well, AFT 6 for $10. We still have one available of those. This is a set, or a set, not quite a pair. They're different sizes. So we'll call it a set of lampwork glass.
Aren't those pretty?
These are really pretty. Like, look at the flowers, look at the colors.
Oh, and look, some goldstone.
There is, right? There's some gold in there.
They actually use goldstone to make those. It's a Venetian technique.
Goldstone glass.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one has more of it in there.
See it? A little bit of razzle dazzle. Light your fire a little bit. I better angle my face right because I was going like this. So I could see it.
So this is about 18.8 and 22 millimeters for those. Only $16 for the set of two. You get both of them for $16. Suzanne says there's a huge protest in New Orleans today.
Well, hopefully it is good.
Yeah.
But I keep talking and more numbers drop, so.
They've been going up and down the whole time. We had 22, 23 at one point, and then we went down to 11, then back up to 12, 13. Let's make this 8 only. Drop it down to 8. Oh, we just sold 15. Thank you so much. Okay. This is a whole mix of vintage Czech.
Mm-hmm. The clear mix.
The clear mix.
Icy.
Icy, yeah.
Don't eat the beads.
Don't eat the beads. Please don't eat the beads. So all different kinds of vintage Czech glass. I particularly like these ones.
That one's a little bit smoky.
Smoky, a little wobbly, like it's hand cut or something. I just like that shape. And these are really pretty.
Nice. That'd make a great sun catcher.
Right? These would all be great on a sun catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Some AB ones. And then you get a few of like these little hearts. And the kind of milky. So you get the whole set, only $8 for all of it. AFT 16. Ice, ice, baby. The good vibe, says Suzanne, right? Let me put away 15 since that's sold. Thank you. Move this down. Whoa, all those, lots of beads in there. you like assorted vintage check, that's a nice little lot with number 16 there. Oh, look who it is. Can't move your... There you are. Gilbert. He's a good
Look
baby.
charming.
He's a good baby boy.
Mm.
Very charming boy. All right. We had these at 68. I'm going to bring it down to the lowest price ever, 48. And I've got 2 of them. AFT 17. Suzanne says, I see Cinnamon's heart. No, it's Gilbert. Yep, that's Gilbert. Gilbert and Barnaby are definitely brothers. They look very similar. Oh. Oh, you gonna talk to us, Gilly? He's a good boy. Oh my goodness, he's so talkative.
He's like, why are you holding me like a baby on the TV?
I know, in front of all these people.
He's like, Dad.
All right, next up. These are beautiful amethyst strands. Kimberly said, are his eyes blue? So pretty.
No, they're green.
Yeah, he's got green eyes. Like his
They're
white
very
dad.
good.
Suzanne says, I saw that tabby face. They actually, especially if you see them in the dark, they do look very similar.
Their markings are similar.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, Barnaby, when he sits in the sunshine a lot, he goes a little bit more blonde color.
Yep.
And sometimes you get kind of confused sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they do look very similar.
Yeah, Gilbert's just a little bit of a bigger boy.
He's chunky. But then Tallulah's been beating him up. So he doesn't eat first anymore. And so he's losing a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
She is getting a little bit heavier.
Yes, she is. These are about 3.6, 3.5 millimeters up to about 5 millimeters. They're slightly graduated. Smooth rondelles of amethyst done on sterling silver chain. Really high quality amethyst. Beautiful strands. We've never gone as low as $48. This is the very first time. Normally, the lowest we've ever gone on these is $60, y'all.
Well, the color's natural, too.
Yeah, these are all natural. We've never gone lower than $60 on these. You're getting 48, one-time only deal. AFT 17. Let's see. These are 6. I gotta leave them at 6. I can't do much on these. There are only 2 of them left. This is AFT 18. These are these check glass beads.
Those are pretty.
They're purpley blue.
If I could make my skin that color, I would.
That's a pretty color, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a blue glass with like a purple coating.
Maybe I'll be like those people who paint themselves with woad.
With what?
Woad.
Woad.
And it would give them like a slightly hallucinogenic effect too.
I've never heard of that.
It's I don't know if they're Scottish, but they would paint their skin blue.
Oh.
And then go into the battle.
Ah. I have heard of that, actually. Suzanne says, Andrew, me too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to put away these beautiful aquamarine.
Aren't those pretty? Mm-hmm.
Only
Mm-mm-mm.
$8 each. 5 of them available still.
In that light, they kind of look like those Prasiolite.
They could be Prasiolite. I don't know for sure.
Well, one is blue and one is green.
I
Well,
know, and it's hard to tell up here because I'm on a blue mat.
uh-huh.
They might be Prasiolite.
I would go up there.
Kimberly might have been right on that. I don't know.
I would run up there, but I'm still busted.
I know. Nobody wanted them anyway.
Go away, little stray.
Go away, little stray. Nobody wants AFT 10 either. Go away.
Oh no.
Beautiful rose quartz.
You know what I use with those ones? I use orange beads. I used a bunch of orange beads and some kind of like fuchsia beads and some pink and the orange. I thought that looked real good.
Mm-hmm.
I also use it with like a lime green and what was it? Like aqua. And it kind of gave it a kind of mod vibe.
Mm-hmm. I loved it with the pink. I thought it was super nice with the pinks.
I would show you examples, but it's all sold.
Somebody grabbed one of the 18s, so we've only got one of those left. Thank you. Kimberly says, I'm still on the fence on those.
Oh, wow.
Let's see here. I really need to develop my pattern, says Suzanne.
Seems like you're doing good.
Yeah, you've really been working on it. I can tell.
I like how you do sometimes when you do your asymmetrical designs and kind of have like one side has like a bunch of charms or religious medals or crosses hanging off of it.
Yeah, or chain on one side.
Mm-hmm.
And then various patterns of stones on the other.
Mm-hmm. I've been itching to get back to doing some string, so maybe I'll do that.
We did just sell 2 of the 9s.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. What is 16? That is check glass, Susie.
Mm-hmm.
Check glass. Up next, $6. This is a vintage
Cat's eye.
cat's eye fiber optic bead.
Not cat's eye like the stone, cat's eye like the glass.
Yeah, it's a glass cat's eye. And these are how many sides we got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon shaped faceted beads. And it's a little shorty strand, but very pretty, very flashy.
Now, I have a trivia question.
These are about
What
6.
do these have to do with the internet?
About 6 by 9. What do these have to do with the internet?
Does anybody know?
I'm not allowed to answer, y'all. Nobody says they know.
Not yet.
All right. Next up.
You can tell it. Do you know?
Just that they use them in the cables.
Mm-hmm. It's the same material that's made out of the fiber optic cables that makes these beads.
Yeah, so if you have FiOS or fiber optic internet in your house, it's transmitted through glass like this.
And so what they do is they fuse all those little mini cables together and they make rods of it and make that into beads.
and then the light, well, through the internet, the light flashes through them and sends ones and zeros through the light.
Mm.
Instead of transmitting it through like copper and heat, they transmit it through light.
Isn't that wild?
It is wild. All right, these are hand-painted.
Opalite.
Yeah, hand-painted opalite. And each one of these, there are 3 of them available. They're $7 each. They were $7.50. I brought them down just to an even 7. Each one is hand-painted opalite. We just sold 19. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Did you know there was a visiting artist who was making a computer out of slime mold and yeast while I was at Haystack?
Slime mold and yeast.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I was like, I don't understand how this works. And he was like, so when it inflates, that's like a 0, and then when it deflates, it's like a 1. And so I guess they were trying to like transmit something in a mycelial network. I'm just saying words at this point.
I was like, what does the mycelial network have to do with the slime?
The slime mold,
Yeah.
because it slime mold is a.
I guess it is is it a fungi,
I think
technically?
so. Suzanne says slime mold, yuck. I think it's neat. It was neat. It was really fascinating. But he did a lot of kind of really experimental, science-based art pieces that were very controversial.
Here's another one of these hand-painted designs. Each one of those is hand-done, $7 each. Here's the old tag, so you can see they were $7.50 each. They're vintage. Probably antique at this point.
That's when we bought the store. I had these in a little cardboard box for years and years.
So we've got 2 of those in that size and design.
They're hand painted in Russia.
And then...
And the guy that used to import them, he died. So don't think you're going to be able to get them. Plus, I don't know if you can import from Russia anymore.
Yeah, that's a whole thing, I'm sure.
Well, that's why that Anabronze doesn't come over anymore, because they're not.
Yeah. I'm going to put this away. That's AFT 14, still available.
I love that because it's almost like a kimono fabric.
Mm-hmm. We just sold 10, which is the rose quartz. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
That was a good deal on that. We reduced that to the lowest price ever, too, today. Trying to give you all good prices today.
Oh, good.
We always do, but let me move some of these down now a little bit.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that we're like, oh, we got to overcharge it.
We don't try to do that generally.
Sometimes we have to sell it for what it's worth, otherwise we go out of business.
Yeah, like this check glass, it's marked 6. We have to sell it for 6. Like that's just, sometimes we got to do that stuff.
What'd Nancy say?
Oh, those hand-painted beads are sweet. Size. This one is 13.5 by 18. This one is 12.5 by 16.5. And they are drilled.
I'm going to go get my drink so that I don't have the gout.
Don't have the gout anymore.
Oh no, I'm trying to flush it.
Next ones, I have more of the hand-painted AFT 22. And down from $7.50 each down to $7. Again, these are not, they're not, I don't think they're, well, the person who did these is not alive anymore. So You're not going to get these unless people have them like we do in storage somewhere. And this is the next style and shape. These are on opalite, hand painted, each one. Not decals, they are hand painted. This one is 12 by 16. Three of those available.
With decals.
What'd you say?
There's nothing wrong with decals.
No, but these are not decals.
What are you showing next? Oh, more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
love
take.
that.
Yeah, we don't have many of these left, but I'm trying to show you what we've got. This will be like, we used to sell these on our Etsy site and couldn't keep them in stock.
You know what? Also, the word to the wise: don't store these directly in sunlight. Because we did, and we had these little onyx ones, and I had them in the window, and it caused the paint to crack.
Yeah.
So,
Diane says, are they coated? Will they scratch off?
they are coated.
They are coated. You can see that shine over it all.
So,
but
won't scratch off. But you do have to be careful because if you like scrape a knife on it, you probably can.
Yeah. But you can see there's a glossiness over all of it. So they are coated, but we're not saying they could not be scraped.
I mean, like your fingernail won't do it. I mean, it depends what kind of fingernails you got.
Yeah.
One of my friends, King Reld, she makes them nails and they're metal and they're like filed to these points.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you scratch anything with that, probably titanium. She's like a comic book character at that point.
But remember, these were made to be used in jewelry. That's what they were made that way. So they were made to last like that. Suzanne says, just a general question, why do some pave drop crystals just due to shelf wear?
Do what?
Why do some pave beads drop their crystals just due to shelf wear?
Well, so two things. There are pave set and then there's pave style. Pave set is a flush setting technique where you take a burr and you drill the surface of the metal and you set a stone and then you make a little you push the metal down with a burnisher around the edges, and a very thin lip of metal helps hold it in. Or they also have a thing called a beauty setting, or a bead setting, and they're tiny little beads that are kind of put on the corners of it, and it helps hold it. So that's the true pave. The pave style ones are where the crystals are just glued on. And so sometimes the crystals will come off of pave style beads, depending on the adhesive that they use. Sometimes adhesives, because of temperature, humidity, age, can become brittle and lose its adhesion. Sometimes if something gets knocked around, sometimes it can get knocked off. Old style ones, they use organic glues that are very kind of temperamental because they're organic based. So it just depends.
Oops, my screen flipped.
Hopefully that helped.
All right. Yeah, that was a good explanation. We've just sold 23, and we've sold 2 of 21, so both of those have sold.
Thank you.
Thank you. We still have 20
earrings.
They would be very cute earrings. Suzanne says, that explains it. Thanks.
You're welcome. I try to be helpful.
Nancy says, perfect description, Andrew. Read the pave style.
Regarding.
Let me put 23 away. So we still have 3 of 20 and 3 of 22. If you're interested in those, I'll show you them up close again. Here's 20 and 22.
My friend Molly Schaller, she shows she used to, she don't make jewelry much anymore. But she taught a faux pave setting with drilling wood, like wood beads, and then using a little adhesive and then gluing the crystals. And then you can also do a pave set if you have S-word crystals they're called hot fix, and they have an adhesive that when you heat them up, it attaches to fabric. So it's like what you're going to bedazzle stuff with. And you can put it into polymer clay. And when you heat it up into the oven, it activates the adhesion, and it really gets stuck in.
Oh, yeah?
You can also do them. There's an epoxy clay, which is a two-part epoxy clay that is then used. The stickiness of the clay is used to kind of bond to the pave of the crystal.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that usually, if those pop out, it's because either the backing comes off, because sometimes crystals, they'll put a backing on it, like a foil backing, to make the stone like brighter. And sometimes what happens is that the backing comes off of the crystal, and it's still the backing is attached to the clay, but the crystal's not. So if you want to avoid that from happening, you push the crystal in a little bit and kind of wiggle it. And what that'll do is it'll create kind of like a lip of clay, so that when it sets rock hard, and it prevents the crystal from flicking off. The more you know.
The more you know. He's got the shooting stars.
I wish I had that sound effect on, like, that I could just like cue up.
I know, right?
Like, as a hand motion. But I realized, I asked my friend yesterday, Danny. So if you go like this, it means to send.
What's that? Wait, hold on. Let me move you over.
I think this means to send in ALS. Is that it? American
ASL.
ASL.
To send.
So it would be cool if I had a hand motion, and then
Send in the information.
That sound would come up. That sound effect. That doom doom doom.
I know, right? This is AFT 24. This is a strand of tektite beads. They kind of look like lava, but they are not lava. They are tektites. And these are nice little beads, drilled. We don't see this very often. Oh, look at Tallulah with her pretty green eyes. Look at that darling girl.
Security
heavy. She's pretty sweet. She's just chilling out with you. Let's see here. Suzanne says, when I started out, I was so glad to get a pave rondelle from a current popular jeweler, but the rondelle didn't make it drawer life in 6 months. Felt like it was my fault. Suzanne says, I love you, girl. She's a good girl. She does pick on her brother sometimes, though. But he picks on her sister, so she runs security around here for her sister.
The building.
Yeah, right.
But also a little bit hussy. She tried to cover my mouth when I said that.
So these are tektites. They are about 15 millimeters by 14 or 13 and a half millimeters. One strand only. Super cool.
So do you know what tektites are?
Explain what tektites are.
So somebody's like, oh, they're meteors, and that's not exactly true. So what happens is when a meteor crashes, it superheats the um, the surrounding impact area. So these form with a little bit of like the pieces of meteorite, but really it's kind of like the fused sand that's around. So Libyan desert glass is a type of this tektite. The same with moldavite. They're similar as a tektite. But meteors themselves, they're usually they're a type of iron, space iron. What?
What? That's wild, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my screen flipped again.
Y'all gonna, if you're playing the thing about getting shots, then you're gonna be drunk.
I know. Oh, got somebody with the tektites. Those are sold.
Do you want to see a real meteorite?
Yes, show them the real meteorite.
I don't know if it'll come off the wall.
Yeah, I don't know how we put it on the wall. I think it's Velcroed. Nancy says, I used to buy from that vendor who commonly sells misrepresented product. Oh no. Kimberly says, I have 0 in my stash. 0 tektites. There's a real meteorite. I couldn't not have that.
This is from Morocco, and there it is. So you can see it in the light. There's a little bit of those metallic elements. I do have a couple of pieces of meteorite that have the olivine crystal in it. I'm not selling those because they're extremely rare.
We're not selling any of ours.
No. One time William picked up this pen and he's all playing with his pen. I said, what are you doing? That's a $20,000 pen.
You know I like pens, and it was
I
a
know, but he
meteorite
picked it
pen.
up and is like writing around with it. I said, put that down.
They had it to try out.
Mm-hmm.
They were letting you try it out.
That's like test driving a sports car. They may let you do it. I'm not going to do it.
You put a meteorite pen in front of me, I'm going to have to try it, you know? Somebody else tried for 24. Sorry, it is sold. Kimberly says, if I got these, they will be my first. If not, I still don't have any. Do you want to know if you got them, Kimberly? Because 2 people tried for them. I really like the rock I got from you with the special stone, says Suzanne. Rock with special stones. All right, next up. Boy, this is quite the mix. Andrew made this little mix at one point. $10. Kimberly says, I'm guessing I did based on how you said they were claimed. Okay, you can guess you did. These are a whole mix. All different kinds of things. You got these pressed brass. You got these from unicorn beads. These are really cool dichroic glass. You got this bead in here. lampwork bead. All these fun vintage check glass in here. These little drops. Got some of these metal spacers. And that, so just a good, and these bead caps. Just a nice little assortment. All different kinds of things in there. Kind of color coordinated. $10 for the lot. AFT 25. And then drop this down to $5. AFT 26.
I have some cranberry or some cherry water mixed with apple cider vinegar.
This sounds pretty good, actually.
It's not.
It's not. We have this whole bunch of little gear brass cutouts, copper cutouts.
You know where I got those?
Where?
Ornamentia.
Ah.
When steampunk was really popular.
Only $5 for the whole lot. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different little gears for $5 only. One bunch available. We had a good dinner last night. We made spaghetti. You didn't like it?
It's not really spaghetti.
It's a pasta.
We had a pasta dish.
I was going to say, if you didn't like it, you said you liked it.
Well, let me tell the story.
You tell the story. Go ahead.
So I had to drive to Connellsville to pick up or drop off our friend so that she could go back to Minnesota on the train. Because I guess you get the train in Connellsville. I don't know how that happens, but that's the train station. And so I figured that William was doing the live still. And I knew that we had basically like an apple and some crackers in the refrigerator. And that wasn't.
I was telling everyone that I was probably going to end up getting a Sheetz quesarito last night.
Wow. I went
because I didn't know if you would have time to stop anywhere.
I went to the Walmart over there and hobbled around as quickly as possible to get it before they closed.
I was going to say, you were probably close to closing time.
Yeah, and then luckily I did my Duolingo in the parking lot too, so that I didn't miss my Duolingo.
I missed mine.
I tried to warn you.
I know. I missed the warning too. I was doing stuff.
Try in the shower.
We sold 25. Thank you so much.
And what we did is I bless you.
Thank you.
Basically, I oversaw and he did all the work because my foot was hurting after I was hobbling around.
Yeah, Andrew sat in the chair in the kitchen and told me what to do, and I did the work.
And so he caramelized some onions real fast. Not full caramelized, but just kind of sauteed them until they got a little bit of color. And then add a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
26 is sold.
And a little bit of sugar. Then we got these fake sausages that are sage. And he sliced those up and cooked those a little bit. And then you put, what else did you put? The mushrooms. And then what else? Then
spinach.
The spinach got wilted.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut up some tomatoes. I love aroma tomato.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like all the meat part. And then chopped up lots and lots of basil as a finishing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we mixed in some chickpeas and some garbanza, or that's the same thing.
White
Chickpeas
beans or
and cannellini.
cannellini. I couldn't remember if they were navy or cannellini.
Uh-huh. And then
So this is AFT 27. It's a nice little toggle. $2 for the toggle set.
while that was cooking, he had the egg noodles. I like to use the egg noodles because they're sturdy and they don't fall over. They don't fall apart. So sometimes you get those ones that's not the egg noodles and they just kind of disintegrate.
Wilty mess.
I guess if you have to worry about cholesterol, then maybe not use egg noodles. But you
We
know,
like them.
I like them, and plus they're a source of protein. Then, and so then what else? We put lots of basil into it, and then here's the
Cheese.
secret ingredient. Um, I couldn't find any feta cheese, but I found some queso fresco, and it's like a Mexican cheese. It's a little bit salty. And so you cut that up into little cubes and you toss that into the pasta. And then you mix all the hot ingredients. And so it kind of melts a little bit and creates a sauce. And then you sprinkle it with some Italian shredded cheese and some Parmesan. And yeah.
Is good, good, good. Yeah, I was kind of surprised because sometimes those sausages can be really strong and they have a very particular taste, and they blend it in really well with everything.
What did they say?
I like egg noodles too, says Suzanne. Also said we're having leftover lasagna tonight.
Oh, good.
So these are Czech glass, these opalescent table cut Czech glass beads, one strand only, $6.
Those would look really pretty with the painted beads.
Yeah, they would.
Show it. Wouldn't it? Look at it. I'm doing like Cardi B, but I don't have big fingernails. Boy, I was on fire for that trial.
You love that trial. Oh, we sold the toggle. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because she's like a comedian. You know,
Who
I'm
knew?
into her music, but I'll watch her do stuff.
And then that was her. She was out vending her sales, right? Vending her.
I guess her record label said that she needs to get her music out in the streets. So she set up a blanket on the sidewalk and was trying to sell copies of it. And then
$9.99.
And then she made a version of the CD with like pictures from the trial. And she said that she's going to sell them so that she can raise money to pay for her lawyer.
That's funny. All right, this is a mixed lot of religious medals. So we have this one.
Suzanne says, I wish I could see patterns like that. Sigh. Like that they would go together? The one beads and the one beads? The reason why I thought they would go together is because they're slightly opalescent and the one beads are slightly opalite. And then they also, that green picked up in the green of the beads. And then also the shape is similar too. So that's how I came to that kind of combination station. Some of those crosses are really old.
They look like it. I just realized I left I left a bead out here. Yes. So that is, you get all of those, all 6 of those, crosses, crucifixes, medallions, $10.
Yeah, I like anything that has meaning, and I think it's such a nice thing when you can have um, a touchstone to somebody, and have kind of a. It's not just about something looking pretty, which it does, but it also has like a meaning to it.
Let's see here.
So that's why I collect those. And then old time, I couldn't afford any, hardly any jewelry materials. So I used to go to this thrift store and I would trade me fixing some of their broken jewelry for the jewelry that was like beyond repair. And I would take it apart and use the jewelry to make my jewelry. And so I had some pieces of like a rosary chain that I would use a lot.
So these are the vintage Chinese ceramic, and these are the dragons on here. You can see the dragon's face.
Isn't that cute? I want to watch that How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one.
Oh yeah. So you get a pair of these for $2. $2 for the pair. There are 9 pairs available.
I like that
And
they are little bases.
I know. And they're about 15 millimeters by 25, we'll say. And the hole goes top to bottom, and they look like a little vase.
You could put a little check glass flower bead at the top, and it would look like a flower in a vase. And then make
Super cute.
Wouldn't that be cute?
That would be very cute.
It would look like, when they put the giant sunflower in one of the bases.
Uh-huh.
See?
We have we just had the check glass sale. We had all those tulips on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Those would go, if you got any of those, they would go great on those. Let me see if do I have any beside me.
I like them persimmon blossom ones.
I don't think I have any. They're all taken away now. All right. Nobody grabbed 28. I'm surprised. It's such a pretty strand. Only $6. Huh?
That opalescent with the Picasso finish.
I know.
And then that fun stripe. It's almost like an animal print, but not any animal I know.
I know. And that'd have to be carved deep into the glass to then be table cut away.
Mm-hmm. So they press it. And sometimes there's like rods, and they press it into the glass into the rods, and it leaves an indentation.
Oh, we just sold 28.
Oh, thank you.
And we just sold one of the pairs of 30. Thank you so much. We have 8 pairs available.
Thank you. Thank you. If you make anything, I would love to see it. Post it in the group.
Yeah, we hope everyone posts in the group.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Right? Boy, we had $4 on these. What?
Wow. Maybe don't announce it then.
Huh?
What is it?
He says, maybe don't say.
Oh, those are gold-plated spacers too.
I know. I don't know what we were thinking.
I don't know. I get fits of generosity. Look, there's like a dragonfly.
Dragonfly with the cactus.
Not cactus, lily pad.
Oh, lily pads. Lily pads, dragonfly, that makes more sense.
And then that's a lotus.
The lotus.
That's a pond scene.
Pond scene. And you get 2 of those.
Maybe
super cute.
Damselfly. Is Damselfly the one that go by the water, or is that?
Damselflies also go by the water, I think, too.
Because it's got kind of a curved body.
It's AFT 31. You get those two beads with their gold spacers, gold-plated spacers for $4.
I know some of y'all like the bugs.
We just sold another 2 pairs of the 30. Thank you so much. We're down to six of those, I think, now.
Thank you.
AFT 32. All right. I pulled this one out. This isn't normally 65. I'm going to bring it down to lowest price, 45. This is Andalusite.
Ooh, those are nice.
Look at that kind of color changing.
Did you see the piece that Lennis made with the Andalusite?
I don't know.
It looked good.
Beautiful stones. These are faceted rondelles. They are slightly graduated.
And they change color depending on the light. So sometimes they look green and then sometimes they look brown.
It's a very pretty stone.
And sometimes they kind of take on a pinky color.
Mm-hmm. Kimberly says, oh, wow, those are amazing.
Aren't they?
They start at about 3 millimeters. And they go to about 4.3, well, 4.5. Let's see, are we going bigger here? Maybe almost, yeah, to 5. We get up to 5. And one strand only, from $65 down to $45. Lowest price. Beautiful stones. Andalusite. One strand available. Comes pre-strung up on sterling, on a sterling chain and sterling lobster. There's that 925 right there. One strand available. AFT 32. We've just sold 31. Thank you so much. 32 still available, the Andalusite. I don't know for how long. It's a beautiful strand. AFT 33. And then these, I think these are sterling. Are these sterling, Andrew?
Mm,
We have them at $5 each.
probably then. Hill Tribe.
East Hill Tribe. AFT 33. These bead cones. They're $5 each. Hill Tribe. They're smaller size. We've had some larger ones before. These are about 13.5 by 9.5 millimeters. 2 of them available, $5 each. All right, I'm going to put away these hand-painted beads, AFT 20. So those 3.
Did we ever finish Strange New Worlds?
I don't know. I don't know, between you leaving and going away places, I don't know what we've finished or not finished, or...
I know.
Because if I get out of something for more than a week or 2, then I forget if we've ever finished it.
I know. Like, I kind of wish I remembered some of the shows. I think because we binge watch that, sometimes it then gets raptured from my brain.
Mm-hmm. All right, putting away that one. We'll move these down. Make some room here.
What is Huxley?
Huxley? What is that?
Oh, you're thinking of Brave New World. Nah, this it was the spin-off of this Star Trek Discovery, and it's like the it's when Christopher Pike was the captain of the Enterprise.
Before Kirk.
He's on it though.
Yeah.
Not William Shatner.
No.
The guy from Vampire Diaries. One of them Salvatore brothers.
AFT 34. We have the hematite.
I wonder how they're going to bring Sulu on.
I don't know. Beautiful hematite in this kind of, what do we call that shape? Lantern?
Kind of looks like Chinese lantern pod.
That's what I was thinking. Chinese lantern shape. Real hematite. Vintage strand. 2 strands available. We had it at 18, down to 12. AFT 34. 7mm beads. 2 strands available.
I need to punch it with my audiobook because I got it from the library and it's going to get due soon.
I just realized it's 20 till 6. I didn't realize. I thought we had plenty of time. And now we're running low on time.
What? What number are you on?
I am on 35 now. We're almost there. These are some bead caps, large bead caps. And we have these at $2 each, and there are 3 of them available. Nice to put tassels in if you want to make tassels, if you need something large. These are about 24 by 13.5 millimeters. And it looks like they're soft enameled. Over the gold, which is really pretty. AFT 35. AFT 36. We have this set of glass beads. Super cool with the silver foil in there. So you get a set of 4 of these for only $5. Suzanne says, my neighbor just threw her dog leavings in our yard. City life is wonderful. Oh boy.
We'll throw it back.
I know, right? Throw it right back over. So you get that set of beads. These are approximately 18 by 24 millimeters. 4 of them for $5. AFT 36. I'm going to put the religious medallions and medals away. Crosses, crucifixes, $10 for that. AFT 29. I'm going to put AFT 30. Where did I put those? AFT 30 away. We've sold a few of those. I think we still have 6 pairs of those available.
That's what will happen.
Just what will happen, right? We've sold 36. Thank
Some
you so
people
much.
act like they don't. Thank you. Some people act like they don't got no sense, and like you're just gonna take it.
Yeah, like you're going to dispose of it for them.
And I'm like, welcome to the reckoning.
It's bad enough. Like sometimes we will get people dropping stuff in our trash can outside, and at least it's in the trash can, but
I
it's still
still
not like.
that.
And they put them in these tiny little bags and throw it in our trash can. The trash collectors do not take those little bags out.
No, because they know what's in it.
Yep. So then we have to put them in a bigger bag after somebody drops them in our trash can. And I'm like, that's not really the way. Norma says, I love the 36s. I just made a bracelet with and earrings with those. I need more. Oh, good. I think this is S word, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see it.
We've just sold all 3 of 35. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
This one.
Oh yeah, that's copper crystal. I think
Copper crystal.
the color.
$4. S word. 17 millimeters by about 11 and a half. One of them available. Let me put away 35 since we sold all those. Thank you, thank you.
Are you repeating 36?
Oops. Sorry. I did. Then make that 37.
Good catch, Norma. He's too much thinking about dog poop.
I know, right? These are cool.
Susie made the sad face.
Sad face.
But you know, it is our fault because we leave our trash can out all the time.
I mean, you could say that's our fault, or you could just say don't put it in someone else's trash can. Like, I don't run around throwing my stuff in someone else's trash can.
You know what? They probably don't think anything of it.
No, they probably think they're doing a good thing, but when the trash collector doesn't take it and it sits in there and bakes in the hot sun,
I know.
it
It
is
has
not a
awfully,
good thing. We've sold 37.
aroma.
Would you say?
It has an awfully unique aroma.
Right.
That sun-kissed dog shit.
Sold 37. Thank you so much. 38 is available. These are $3 for the pair. This wild shaped vintage check. Well, I think antique check.
Amoeba.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that shape, but it is fun.
Does that one glow?
It does not glow.
Okay.
I thought it did, but it does not.
Sometimes when it's yellow like that, you can't tell.
No. All right. And then we had 2 of these for $5 yesterday, so I'm going to sell 2 of them for $5 again today. These are the Kazuri beads. And you get the pair of them for $5.
That's good because they're usually more per piece.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about yesterday. This is a good price for 2 of them. $5. That's AFT 39. And AFT, the last one today. We have these at $7. These are ones we can't go lower on these ones. This is a check glass strand. AFT40. There are 2 of these available, $7 each. They're the shape like we had of the purpley blue ones before, but these are this kind of green metallic, kind of turquoisey color. They've got blue and green, like a turquoise, with some black. Kind of bright green metallic, really pretty strands. 2 of them available only. These are about 5.5 millimeters by 8.5.
You know, I'm surprised we still have those.
I know.
You know, I think I got this for a kit.
Possibly.
How many do you have?
I only have 2.
Okay, that makes sense. Because sometimes if I only make like 10 and I buy a gross of 12, or not a gross, but if I buy a bunch of 12, then I'll have like some leftover. And that makes sense why we have this, because I can't imagine that we would have those and they wouldn't sell.
I know. So that's AFT40, y'all. All right. Thank you all so much. We're going to go into the pizza party.
I need to find a second.
Yeah, I need to find something I'm going to take with us.
Cookies. And I have to finish shaving my head.
Oh boy, it's going to be a while till we get there then.
Nah, I just have a spot on the back of my head that you may have to do.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I can't see, so sometimes I like.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know what it would be like to try and. Oh, we just sold both 40s, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
All right, y'all. Thank you all again. We'll be back here in the afternoon again tomorrow, since I'll have my actual pottery class tomorrow. So we hope you'll join us tomorrow. Let me move. What's that?
It's a little cicada.
I see that. Where'd that come from?
I made it.
Just now?
Just now. I'm pressing them out.
Nice. I like it.
I may make its eyes red so it can be like Mothman.
Well, they really do have red eyes.
I know, but we'll see.
We just sold 39 as well. Thank you so much.
You can take my face off the main focus.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please send us an email and we will do our best. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one. And remember, 3 p.m. tomorrow is the next live because I have class in the evening. Suzanne says, love this. Yeah, I like when we both can be here like this.
Mm-hmm. It's nice when we're in the same room, but it's like what Ann said. I'm like a ghost in the background. That you can
I know. Suzanne loves the cicada. Kimberly's asking when she gets to buy one of those. Suzanne's also interested.
I'm going to see what I can make.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned. Have a great one, everyone. Bye now.
See ya.